What if I told you that you don't have to wait for luck? That you don't have to sit around hoping the universe will pick you this time? What if I told you the reality you're living right now is only here because at some level you assumed it would be? That's the radical but beautiful truth of manifestation through the law of assumption. This is not about begging the universe. This is not about forcing affirmations or hoping positive thinking will save you. This is about stepping into your identity, deciding who you are, and allowing your assumptions to solidify into your lived reality. Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Ocean Moonflower Show. I'm your host, Ocean Moonflower, mystic, tarot reader, astrologer, writer, blogger, AI consultant, and UC Reiki master. Today we're doing a deep dive into the law of assumption. And when I say deep dive, I mean we're going to peel back the layers so you really, truly get this. Because once this clicks, your life will never look the same. You'll stop chasing, stop wishing, and stop waiting. Instead, you'll live from the energy of already being, already having, and already becoming. The law of assumption says this: whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. This principle was taught most famously by Neville Goddard, who explained that your outer world is nothing more than a mirror of your inner assumptions. Notice I didn't say your thoughts. Thoughts can be fleeting. Assumptions are deeper. They're the truths you carry inside, even if you're not aware of them. Let's make it practical. If you assume you're unlucky, you'll find evidence everywhere. The parking ticket, the long line, the broken appliance. Your brain will highlight every moment that proves you're right. But if you assume you're blessed, you'll see the parking space open up, the stranger hold the door, the unexpected gift that arrives just when you need it. Same day, same life, but completely different experiences based on your assumptions. The law of assumption differs from the law of attraction in an important way. Attraction says, focus on what you want and like will attract like. Assumption says, embody it, accept it, live as though it's already yours. Here's a story. I once worked with a client who wanted to manifest love. She was journaling, scripting, visualizing, but deep down, she assumed she was always the one left behind. That assumption colored everything. When someone didn't text back right away, she saw it as a rejection. When a date went well, she waited for the shoe to drop. And guess what? That assumption created her reality. When she shifted into assuming, I am loved, I am chosen, I am worthy of lasting partnership, everything changed. She walked differently, she carried herself differently, and before long, someone who truly reflected that assumption came into her life. That's the law of assumption in action. So, why does this law work? Psychologically, it's because of your brain's reticular activating system. This is the filter that decides what's important. The moment you assume something, your brain starts scanning for evidence to support it. For example, have you ever decided you want a certain kind of car and suddenly you see it everywhere? It's not that there are more of those cars on the road, it's that your mind is tuned in. Assumptions work the same way. If you assume life is a struggle, your brain will highlight every obstacle. If you assume life is on your side, you'll notice help, synchronicities, and solutions you would have ignored before. Spiritually, assumption works because energy matches energy. When you assume something, you align your vibration to it. You're not just hoping for it, you're embodying it. You're collapsing the gap between desire and reality. Think of it like tuning a radio station. If you're tuned to lack, you'll hear static, worry, and waiting. If you tune into abundance, you hear music, opportunities, flow, and alignment. Here's where so many people trip up. They want something, but they never assume it. Wanting keeps your desire always in the future. It says, I don't have it yet, and your subconscious takes that as a command. Assuming says, it's already mine, it's already done. Let's compare. In love, saying, I want a partner keeps you focused on loneliness. Assuming I am loved, I am chosen, shifts how you act, who you notice, and how you carry yourself. With money, saying, I want abundance points out what's missing. Assuming I am prosperous allows you to spend, save, and act with confidence, opening channels for money to flow. With success, saying, I want recognition keeps you proving yourself. Assuming I am successful, I am respected, makes you walk into rooms with authority, and people respond accordingly. Here's the kicker. The difference isn't in effort, it's in identity. When you assume, you become. Now let's clear up the myths and mistakes. First, assumption isn't about lying to yourself. You don't look at an empty wallet and say, I'm rich in a sarcastic way. You shift into a deeper truth. Money is always flowing to me. I am supported. Second, you don't ignore reality. If you're sick, you still go to the doctor, but you assume healing is my natural state. My body knows how to restore itself. Third, it's not about efforting or straining. You don't need to script every day until your hand cramps. You don't need to force affirmations until you're exhausted. Assumption is natural, it's gentle, and it's consistent. Fourth, persistence is key. Many people give up too soon. They hold a new assumption for a week, don't see results, and quit. But your outer world takes time to reflect your inner shift. You must hold the assumption until reality bends to it. And fifth, you are always assuming something, whether you realize it or not. The work isn't to start assuming, it's to become aware of the assumptions you already carry and decide if they're serving you. So, how do you actually live this out? Well, you have to step into identity first and foremost. Every morning, ask yourself, who am I if this is already mine? If I assume I'm loved, how do I walk into the world? If I assume I'm abundant, how do I shop, save, or work? Then you want to use language with intention. Stop saying, I want, I hope, maybe someday. Start saying, I am, I have, it is. Then you need to celebrate the evidence. Your mind will begin showing you small confirmations, a kind word, a surprise discount, a chance meeting. These are signs your assumption is planting roots. Don't dismiss them, celebrate them. And then persist gently. Don't panic if nothing changes overnight. Seeds take time to sprout. Your job is to keep assuming, keep embodying, and keep holding the flame. And then check your assumptions. Ask yourself, what am I assuming right now about love, about money, about myself? If the assumption doesn't serve you, choose differently. The lesson is this: you are always creating, not by chance, not by luck, not by affirmations, but what you assume. If you assume life is unfair, you'll keep proving yourself right. If you assume love never lasts, you'll keep experiencing heartbreak. If you assume money is scarce, it will always slip away. But if you assume the universe is kind, if you assume love is natural, if you assume abundance flows, everything changes. The law of assumption isn't about forcing, it's about choosing. It's about remembering you are not a victim of circumstances. You are the author of your story. So, what will you assume today? So, my loves, that's our deep dive into the law of assumption. Remember, you're always assuming something, whether consciously or unconsciously. The real power comes when you choose those assumptions with intention. Assume love, assume abundance, assume that the universe is on your side, because it is. If today's episode gave you clarity, please share it with someone who might need the reminder. And if you're ready to go deeper into your own journey, you can always connect with me at oceanmoonflower.com. There you'll find tarot and astrology sessions, including rune readings, which is one of my favorite ways to channel ancient guidance for the present moment. And for those of you who are entrepreneurs, visionaries, or building your own businesses, I've also up my new path in AI consulting. This is where I blend spiritual intuition with modern technology to help you scale, strategize, and step into a future that's aligned and abundant. Next week, we're shifting gears into astrology as we dive into the full moon in Aries. Bold endings and brave new beginnings. It's going to be fiery, passionate, and the perfect cosmic reset. Until then, remember this: your starlight embodied, your magic walking this earth, and the cosmos are always guiding you. Aloha, beautiful souls.